Hey guys, my name is Bryce, and in this video, I'll be showing you how to deploy StorageLink from the Azure Marketplace. The first thing you need to do is navigate to our offering in the Azure Marketplace. An easy way to do this is using the top search bar, search for StorageLink, and you can find us under the Marketplace. After navigating to the offering page, click Create. This will bring you to the Create a Virtual Machine wizard, where you can configure things such as the virtual machine name, an SSH key for your instance, and the network security group you're going to use. First, select the resource group you want your VM to be created within. Then, configure a name for your virtual machine. Scroll down and you'll see an error message under Image. To resolve this, go to the security type and select Standard. The next thing we're going to configure is the authentication type. You can either use an SSH public key or a password. In this example, I'll be using a public key. Next, go to the disk section. By default, StorageLink will be created with a 30 GB disk, and this is fine, since the only thing that will be stored on the disk is the operating system and any log files that are generated. Next, go to the networking section. This is where you're going to be configuring your network security group. As you can see from the info message above the network security group name, StorageLink already has some pre-configured NSG rules. You can see them by clicking Create New. Here, you'll see the three main rules, HTTPS, HTTP, and SSH. Normally, you'd want HTTPS and HTTP open to the world, but not SSH. So, to edit the SSH rule, click on the name and change the source from any to IP addresses. Then, paste in your IP address. You may also have to change that priority number as well. Once your SSH rule is to your liking, click Save, and then click OK. Now that you've successfully configured the network security group for your VM, the next step would be to create the instance. So, in the bottom left, click Review plus Create, and then, once your VM has passed validation, you can click Create. The deployment will take about a minute or two to create. Once your deployment is complete, click Go to Resource. You've now successfully deployed StorageLink from the Azure Marketplace. The next steps would be to copy the public IP address and paste this value in a new browser to create your first web admin user. After navigating to your public IP address, you'll see a page here detailing the setup and login instructions, and if you scroll down, you'll see some additional steps to install a valid SSL certificate. To get to the web interface, scroll back up and then click on the Click Here link. You'll see a warning message saying your connection isn't private. This is because we're using a self-signed SSL cert. So, click Advanced and then continue to your IP address. Here, you'll see the welcome page where you'll create your first admin account. Enter in a username and a password, and then click Create Account. This will then prompt you to enter in the credentials you just created. The next step will be configuring default storage. Click OK to remove the pop-up, and then you'll need to configure some values such as the storage account name and container name. To get these values, you'll need to navigate back to the Azure portal and go to the Storage Accounts service. Select the storage account you want to connect to, and then, under Containers, find the specific container you want to use. Once you have your values, go back to the folder and enter in your storage account name and container name. For the cloud credentials, you can either use Managed Identity or to create new credentials. In this example, I'll be creating new credentials which uses a connection string. To get the value for your connection string, navigate back to the Azure portal and under your storage account, go to Security Networking, then Access Keys. Here, you can select the value of one of the two connection strings. Click Show, then copy the value. Go back to StorageLink and paste in this connection string. And then, to make sure your connection is valid, use the Test Connection button. Once everything looks good, you can save your changes. You've now successfully connected to your blob storage container. As you can see, I currently only have two folders within my container, key folders and uploads. If I were to go to this container and blob storage, I would see the exact same view as I saw in StorageLink. If I were to upload a file, for example, and then navigate back to blob storage and refresh, you would see the file appear. That's all for this video. If you haven't already, please check out our other StorageLink related videos and content, and as always, have a splendid day.